well, here we are. We did it. This came a lot sooner than I expected, especially in this saturated category of video essays and reviews, since anyone can just record some footage, spout their opinions, and clog the YouTube recommendations. But somehow, I've managed to carve a niche for myself. Whether you're here for the art, editing, critiques, or whatever it is you find appealing, I just want to say thanks to everyone who has bothered to subscribe, both old and new. And here's what I want to tell you, despite my inability to emote beyond this tone of voice. I like making these videos, and I want to keep doing them. Because each video is an opportunity to become better at something I'm passionate about. And what I've learned is that the more I write, the more I realize how stupid I am, and what begins as a seemingly simple topic becomes an endless rabbit hole, realizing all the branches of untouched ideas that I want to explore. It's kinda like confronting my ignorance, and there's this excitement to venture into the unknown and learn. So then I try to understand something as best I can before I return and share what I've discovered from my journey. And to finish a video and to come out as someone who's a little bit more knowledgeable or skilled than when I started, that's a humbling and great experience. From a personal standpoint, it's honestly the best aspect of making these videos, since it's an opportunity to become a better artist, editor, collaborator, and critic. And I want to get better. The unfortunate trade-off is that these adventures per se do take quite a while, and this style I've developed in order to be distinct demands a lot of time and effort. To show the wizard behind the curtain, here's Urick. While you're more familiar with me, this guy is basically responsible for making the videos. From the research, writing, recording, boarding, drawing, editing, and refinement. It's a massive workload, and this list is a simplified version of it. And if you want a real-world example of how long things take, the first stream for Before the Storm was in June the 1st, and the video for it came out in November 23. That's nearly 6 months from inception to release. And this is while I'm doing all these other things for other projects, because these production timelines for different videos tend to overlap for the sake of efficiency. And since this guy does it all, there are only so many hours in the day Urick can give before he crashes and burns. So, to avoid this disaster from happening, I think it's about time this channel's Patreon gets its own video. As much as I love YouTube giving me the opportunity to earn a living with something I'm passionate about, the benefits require a lot of sacrifice. And I'm sure some of you already know this. Rules can seem vague and unevenly enforced. Copyright systems tend to get abused, and the collective unconscious of how users behave on this site forces me to do things that I don't necessarily like. It's a toxic relationship that can burn out a lot of people, even big YouTubers, and they're basically the worst best friend for video makers. And listen, I only put that line in this video so I can make this thumbnail and title more clickable. So let's talk about YouTube's rat race. Since YouTube pressures creators to upload as frequently as possible, it causes folks like me to run the risk of falling into obscurity. I prefer making quality over quantity, but YouTube doesn't care. As long as it gets views and watch time, it'll get recommended. So failing to appease the beast means being recommended less, which means less traffic, less views, and less revenue. And unfortunately, shops don't exchange passion for food. So this is where crowdfunding can help out a lot in this endeavor. Patreon essentially buys me enough time to do what I need to do, since months that don't have a video uploaded don't provide me much income, especially when a yellow $sign or unjustified copyright claim appears out of nowhere. So when given this extra breathing room, it provides me to make the content I want without having to compromise. This extra income not only makes videos more sustainable for me, but it will allow me to hire help as well. And this is what I'm most excited about. I'd like to hire other creatives to help me raise my videos to a quality that I can't achieve by myself, all the while potentially adding extra content for the channel. After all, being a jack of all trades means I'm unable to excel in one particular thing. So being able to hire folks to take care of some sketches or to animate a sequence means higher production values without sacrificing my time. It's what makes the theater and hospital sequences possible. And as tempting as it is to lower my usual production quality in order to hit deadlines, there ultimately comes a point where it's just not worth it. Pushing myself as an artist is a large part of why I enjoy making these videos, and I don't want to have to succumb to the YouTube algorithm more than I already have. But what's in it for you? Depending on your pledge, it can range from behind-the-scenes access to something like a commission from me. So let's explore the tiers. There's the tipper tier. For a single $1, you get your name in the credits, be a viewer in the Patreon-only streams, access to work-in-progress stuff through a Patreon-only Discord channel, early access to videos, and get first dibs on Patreon commissions when slots are available. More info on this later. And there's the bronze tier. For $5, not only do you get these other rewards, but you get my Photoshop files as well, which, by the way, Clip Studio Pro users can open up too, which means you get full access to all the assets that make up my videos. If you're curious about how I set up my files, or just want to repurpose my art for personal reasons, then this tier is for you. Now for the big ones. The commission tiers, Silver, Gold, and Emerald. Alongside the previous rewards, you also get to commission me, and these drawings get featured in a video that gets seen by tens to hundreds of thousands of people. So you can have me draw a character related to the game I'm discussing, or it could be an OC, or even Danny DeVito. And what makes each tier different is the size and complexity of the commission. The Silver tier is for roughly drawn square commissions that exclusively appear in the intros, great for headshots and icons. And for the Gold tier, it offers quarter-screen commissions that appear at some point in the video alongside the intro, perfect for short and chibi-sized characters. And the final tier, Emerald. The character appears in a similar manner to Gold, but takes up half the screen instead. Best suited for characters with a little bit more detail. So if these commission tiers sound good to you, get them before they run out because there are limited slots available per video. So when slots are available, I tend to announce them on Twitter, Instagram, and on the YouTube community page, but patrons get a 1-day early notice. So if there are any slots left, it's then announced everywhere else. And available slots and prices vary depending on the video, so get one if the next video topic somehow speaks to you. So yeah, that's essentially it. Making videos is a challenging yet rewarding experience. The financial aid will help me ease my mind on YouTube's yellow dollar sign and algorithm, and the financial aid to hire help excites me the most. So if you wish to support me, the best way is through Patreon, but if you can't, that's fine. Your viewership is all I can ask for. So whatever happens next, I just want to say thanks for the support. And I hope to, at the very least, sustain the level of quality that I've been outputting this past year. Links to the Patreon down below, and again, thanks for the 100k. Here's some more.